And I'm gonna sit there for 15 minutes, and I'm gonna get the fuck up out of there. And I'm not gonna go straight to the building. So when I was supposed to be over there, I forgot to look at that downstairs. I want to move there tomorrow. Because I'm gonna be moving around tomorrow. I'm not gonna stay in one spot. I'm gonna move around.
And seeing it's like just like with that you should have a code that you can point into and be able to see what your schedule is on the damn phone.
No, it's some schedule that they ain't crazy. See, they think we got it for money. But I talked to the supervisor last night, and she said that, we'll get it that we're doing implemented because nobody could decide who was going where. That wasn't for, and then she said, and then he didn't even do that right. But I said, I ain't saying that. I was like, yeah, whatever. But I'm gonna let them do their own little thing. I'm sorry I said anything. They
Hmm.
could have let him just continue because that's good. Keep letting him. Then the people looking for him and the fucking the brother. He always in the post section and always taking one of the guys in the post section always his section. I'm like, oh, I said, I can't do this. Y'all let the young folks have it. I'm going to work with the old people. But where we have some fucking standards and
There you go.
values
There
and
you go.
rules and
Cause
stuff,
like it's
be
again,
in position
everybody
where you
out of
can
order.
walk the young folks over here because they got that bullshit going on with them.
They're out of order, baby. They're out of order. And that's one thing that
Big
y'all listen.
time.
The other thing is supposed to be all that discipline and all that order. That's what y'all shit supposed to be about. No. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Talking about Hillary.
Dalton, more
Old
drama
cousin.
in Dalton tonight. And you know who's at the center of a lot of their frustrations? Tiffany Henyard, the mayor, or super mayor, as she calls herself. Mayor Tiffany, you're
Listen to that. He played the telephone call right
All right,
there.
love.
Call you right there.
All
well,
right.
she tried to make a big
All right.
The FBI is in town looking into her. They are. What is she allegedly guilty of, you think? So, like, we all know the Hollywood trope about small town sheriffs and their ego trips. But do you know there are small town mayors that make them look like small timers? Oh, this one is a real doozy, guys. A mayor that has managed to run her town in a way mafia bosses would definitely be jealous of. And now we've got the FBI hot on her trail.
Investigates has confirmed the FBI right now is carrying out a raid of Dalton Village Hall.
If there's one thing you'd never expect from a small town in Chicago, it's a mayor that not only is embroiled in embezzling most of the town's money, but even sending out mafia style threats to anyone who would dare challenge her. But that is exactly what Mayor Tiffany Henyard of Dalton, a small town in Illinois, is being accused of. This is a woman who infamously refers to herself as a super mayor. Oh, and boy, is she living up to that name.
By my house with a caravan with police cars, sirens, ringing my bell, asking my tenants, was I at home?
That was just one of her alleged victims speaking up. And get this, that woman is a 30-year veteran trustee and a retired sheriff deputy at that. Her senior, it normally doesn't get worse than that, you know. If the accusations are true, then that's one messed up thing for sure.
Thing I know, you have 6:30 in the morning, all type of rounds. Uh, some of the rounds was in my yard, and a couple of cars got shot up. My tenants' cars got shot up.
Oh, and it got so much worse. Okay, that's just straight up scary. So it's not just physically harmless harassment of a senior citizen, it's mob style hits too. The scandals are just too many, trust me. And we'll get into all of that, from pulling a Houdini act with allegedly up to $7 million to going on massive shopping sprees with that's $43,000 in one shopping and threatening anyone that dared question her. It's just too much, guys. Just look at this.
Our investigations have documented well over $100,000 in first-class travel, meals, even donations to Henyard's questionable cancer charity. But that money came from Thornton Township.
Anyways, let's take you back to the latest. Apparently, this woman's actions have become so notorious that even the feds have had to get involved.
We've heard that the FBI is in town looking into her.
They are.
What is she allegedly guilty of?
Federal agents have launched a criminal probe into the embattled mayor, issuing a subpoena to the self-proclaimed super mayor last week for a trove of business records and financial reports.
Fox 32 has information indicating the FBI has launched an investigation into controversial Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
Dave Blackout. FBI agents served subpoenas to Henyard, who is both the mayor of Dalton and the Thorntown Township supervisor, at the Thorntown Township Hall on Friday. She was hit with 2 subpoenas, one that focuses on her and her private work, and one that revolves around the township, according to the local station, which obtained copies.
Boss, $200. Give me a socket set.
$200? Have you used all the tools in this truck?
Hey, I only need
Records, contracts, and checks written to cash from Henyard's multiple endeavors. A restaurant she owns.
A beautiful home is something we create.
Company she runs, her political action committee, and a charity in her name. The second subpoena asks for a trove of township financial documents like budgets, payroll records, and ordinances covering credit card purchases, expense reports and reimbursements, security details, and use of vehicles. The information the feds are seeking shows that Henyard is the primary target of the criminal probe, according to a former FBI agent, Ross Rice.
Did the FBI agents you talked to seem serious about? Yes, very serious.
After reviewing the subpoenas, the agent was quoted as saying, "It's very broad in scope. It's very broad in the number of people and entities they're asking for records on. So there must be some serious allegations of wrongdoing that they're trying to get to the bottom of. This looks like something that would only get more interesting, guys. This is some real-life Hollywood-level corruption playing out in real time. Remember when I told you the story? It's very juicy. Well, we've not even begun to scratch the surface, trust me. This saga is one for the books. But we have to start somewhere after all. So, let's give you some breakdown of the many, many accusations that have come up against this super mayor. The first bombshell allegation against Henyard's office came in March 2024, with the claim that she misused taxpayer money to fund a series of her own personal and pricey expenditures.
Our investigations have documented well over $100,000 in first-class travel, meals, even donations to Henyard's questionable cancer charity. But that money came from Thornton Township.
At the time, Tiffany Henyard vetoed a resolution seeking to investigate her spending following allegations that she misused taxpayer money on lavish trips and her own $1 million police detail. Wow, yes, you heard that right. This woman was literally emptying the town's coffers to service her own personal army.
Your critics say that you have a significant security detail. First of all, how large is your police department in Dalton, and what is your security?
Originally, the Dalton, Illinois Village Board unanimously voted to open a probe into Henyard, calling on her to submit the village's financial records and inviting the FBI to conduct its own investigation. But, true to form, Henyard issued a veto, claiming the resolution was the result of personal attacks against her and stemmed from one-sided narratives. Here's what she had to say at the village board meeting. As you can see, our village, our community, myself, we are under attack. It's a shame that people can come to meetings and just tell one side of the stories and not get the entire side of both stories. All of that sounds dandy, until you consider the fact that this is a woman with so many accusations. I mean, remember she had already come under fire for treating local police like her own personal security, paying them a whopping $1 million to act as her personal bodyguards. It was so bad that the local brass started complaining that her requirements have hindered their ability to do their jobs and keep the community safe.
I wonder why they got the volume on the people turned off. Like I can't hear what they saying
To
for
see her
myself.
shoot down the Dalton Village
That's
Board's
crazy,
unanimous
man.
vote to begin an investigation
Treat me like I'm some
into her
fucking
alleged
kid. Bitches,
spending
I
of
ain't nobody
taxpayer money,
motherfucking
it
kid,
might
bitch.
just be right to suspect something
That shit
is
fucked up.
definitely fishy here.
So they Heavenly Father bullshit. Somebody motherfucking kid. Grown motherfucking man. They don't want to let me hear some shit that I can later and decipher my motherfucking self. What the fuck they saying means something to me or not.
You think paying the police
Shit, shit
$1
crazy.
million to serve as her personal
Man, we
security
stupid
was
for I don't
overly
need
stupid,
motherfucking criminals
but
to be
you'd
running
be
us.
mistaken on that. Here's the second scandal. In the same month of March 2024, village trustees requested a third-party investigator to look into suspicious spending around Hinyard's trips, according to the Washington Examiner. Specifically, they requested a look into a trip she took to Las Vegas with 2 other village trustees. Apparently, previous investigation into the trip found no wrongdoing, but the other trustees still remained skeptical. It was at this junction that former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot was hired as the special investigator in charge of probing the spending habits of the super mayor of Dalton.
Former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot is set to present her preliminary report on Mayor Tiffany Hinyard's spending.
Dalton trustees voted in favor of a resolution for Lightfoot to be paid $400 per hour to investigate the woman who by now was now known as the worst mayor in America for her lavish spending on 5-star hotels and first-class travel. On taking the new mantle of special investigator, Lightfoot said, "The people in this village want something different. They want to go in a different direction." In 2023, Hinyard was accompanied by 2 village trustees and some village employees on a trip to Las Vegas where it was alleged that the mayor spent frivolously money that is supposed to be for the town. While the previous investigation into the trip did not find any wrongdoing, many trustees still feel there is so much still amiss. According to one of the trustees named Jason Howe, the investigation was not conducted in good faith. For Jason, this is about more than getting the financial documentation for the board members. This would empower the state to actually issue the check once it's been voted on by the board. I can't really say I blame him there. Who loves to see their money being squandered? Anyway, so now the trustees want Lightfoot to investigate Hinyard's trip to Las Vegas even more. Under the terms of the agreement, Lightfoot will give a full summary of her findings once the bill for her work reaches $30,000. It's fingers crossed though, because Hinyard has been rumored to be someone you don't just cross anyhow. Remember how I highlighted she runs such a tight ship that even mafia bosses would be jealous? That wasn't a joke, guys. Apparently, she means business. And to make matters worse for the investigation, Lightfoot does not work for a law enforcement agency and therefore would not have the right to issue subpoenas. Apparently, she can only ask for the full cooperation of the mayor and her staff. It was already shaping up to be a hard one. Even Lightfoot acknowledged that. According to the former mayor, I'm expecting there will be some roadblocks, but I am a very determined person.
Welcome to Los Santos.
It must really be a tough one for her to talk like this. Already, a law firm representing Dalton had warned the trustees that appointing Lightfoot may be beyond their scope of work. They said trustees do not have the power to investigate or to retain someone to investigate, and warned that Hinyard would not approve payments to Lightfoot. Like I said, it definitely doesn't look like it'll be easy. So far, one of the super mayor's reactions has been to claim that it's all witch hunting and misogyny. She claimed that the village board was a boys' club that doesn't want women like her leading, vowing to fight back against the alleged smear campaign against her. Continuing, she added, I'm
gonna stop right there because this is crazy for a man to be getting away with this type of bullshit. Part 1.